Very well, let us resume our adventures. The only thing left for us to do, the Telvanni, are to go to the ruins of Nehuleft, for the sake of Mouth Malam Rayan, who is the mouth of Armitage, the Archmagister, rather I should say. Bring back Gleamer schematics from the ruins there, located to the west of our current location. And that is what we shall do. Onward. Let's see. What shall we practice on the way? Perhaps mysticism? Illusion. Yes, practice illusion as we go. Hostile wildlife. That didn't take very long. Oh, we'll have to do something about that. I could have swore I had a spell like this I could cast at range. I believe it's Medusa's Gaze. Yes. They don't seem to be able to reach me up here. Perhaps it would be simpler just to bombard them from up here. Suppose that was simple enough. Continuing on. And there's the egg mine, and of course the rear entrance to the dungeon there. I just noticed I actually forgot to put my robe back on. I feel rather odd without it. Let's try something else. Purple? Too flamboyant. I think for this we'll don our old black and blue robe. At least this glass does a decent job of keeping the rain out of my hair. No shortage of hostile wildlife out here. Blighted creatures. It would appear that there is a ruin of some type located under this hill. That's interesting enough. Nerano Ancestral Tomb. Collect a bit of stone gravel out here. Oh, I'm sure there's nothing wrong with a short diversion inside. Disgusting creatures. Alright, I've had quite enough of trying to hit it in vain. It was surprisingly little, but it worked. Disgusting. Now I found myself greatly drained of both strength and endurance. It's fortunate that I learned these restore spells from the temple. Damners. Not that we'd be able to tell just looking at him, but a dead Imperial is quite an odd sight. Located in this tomb. It always seems to come down to this. Hold still, you damn thing. I believe I shattered his shield. Really? I think a restore health potion is in order. That's quite enough of that. Quite difficult opponents. Skeletal champions. That's why. This corpse has a key on it. A rusty key into Indorun's tomb. Interesting. Key to the Nerano chest. Interesting. Oh, there's nothing wrong with a bit of rat meat. You can do useful things with such disgusting bits of flesh. Here. Something straightforward. Note from Bacharach. Morris, you boys better clear out. Our position was given away and we were raided by that bastard Gorus. He sent a small band of the dead to Dralis and wiped out all but Leven. He was able to make it back here to Nehuleft to warn us. We were clearing out and heading for a new location. I suggest you and your boys get out of there as soon as possible. We have a snitch in our organization. You let me find out who it is and I'll feed their flesh to the crabs. It seems as though he knows all of our raiding routes. It's just a matter of time before Gorus sends them damned and dead your way. I'll never turn those goods over to that necro. What's fair is fair, and he had to pay up. You know where I'm coming from. I'm sending Ursine to deliver this message to you. She will deliver a key so you can gain entry into the rendezvous point. See you soon, and good luck, brother. Interesting. And a book, The Ransom of Zarek. Apparently it helps your athletics. Ancient Tales of the Dwemer. How long is it? Long enough that I'm not going to stop to read it now while I'm in the middle of a quest. It'd be a bit odd. Especially with a tomb that's not necessarily empty of the undead. That would be even stranger. And yes, I can actually hear them right behind this doorway. So that's even more distressing. A poison trap on the door I did not spot. Oh dear. The unnatural speed with which he moves. I do believe I just encountered a vampire. Now would be a good time. Now is not a good time at all. Perhaps a vampiric ring on the vampire itself. need to dispel these effects on myself before it does further damage. Where is it? There we are. The ghost was simple enough, but this fellow, with his eyes and the speed and the look of him, was definitely a vampire of some kind. And this dust would prove it. Apparently, if I can combine this dust with some other reagent, I might be able to make a potion which could confer vampirism. How interesting. How interesting indeed. Case of traps. There's no harm in that. Scamp skin. Stone flower petal. Wickweed. And we do see the trap on this one. Chitin and Imperial Steel. Nothing particularly valuable. How interesting, though, to encounter a vampire. I don't think they put its mark on me. I feel fine. This dust may prove useful, though. I don't know of any other alchemical reagents, though, that could cause vampirism. I'll have to keep an eye out. Perhaps do some reading. And of course, the rain never stops. Goodness, that elixir seems uncommonly large. Let's steer clear of that. Now, where exactly could this be? Could it be even further west, past these mountains, or somewhere along this, the eastern side of this arrangement here? I don't know. Don't rightly know. This will take us into the Ashlands, where it may or may not be. Oh, it's a simple matter of using our steel blade of the heavens to return to the other side of the mountains, if that indeed proves necessary. Our map seems to indicate that this valley ends somewhere. Perhaps where Nehuleft itself is. I don't know. I might be tired. I will not be stopped. It seems it continues on in another direction. I'm curious. I can't help but feel, for all the grandiosity and legend that surrounds Nehuleft, that it would be in a suitably dramatic location. Or it simply may not. Disgusting rats. Right in the side of the head. And it seems that it curves around. Close enough. Now that's interesting. What could this be? Cavern of the Incarnate. Of course. Just won't let me take in the scene, will you? Either way, though, this looks very interesting. I think I'll just like to rest for just a single hour in order to recover myself. And then, as the night begins to fall, why not step forward and see what lies within?
The door is locked and will not open. The star is the key.
That's interesting.
The door is locked and will not open. The star is the key.
Is he referring to Azora's star? It sounds like Azora's voice. Interesting. Nope. Well, that should be marked some way. Just to know that this winding pass eventually leads in that direction. Good to know. Cavern of the Incarnate. Certainly pay attention to that. I might return here when I know more about it. Rather high up in the mountains, aren't we? For this blasted fog, I can barely see the bottom. Script jelly. It's actually very good for you. I think I'll have some.